Retirement crisis in America for people trying to survive on $10,000 to $19,999 and expensive fast food. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Benzinga and written by Janine Mancini titled, "Bernie Sanders Report Reveals Over Half of Older Adults Survive on Under $30,000 a Year. Americans deserve to retire with dignity, but the current system won't allow it." Okay, my friends, the author of this article started out by saying, and I'll quote, "During the golden years where rest and leisure should be the reward for decades of dedication, the American dream of retirement is quietly turning into an elusive fantasy for many." Here is my opinion. Just because you have been a dedicated employee for decades does not mean you are going to be rewarded by your company unless you work for one that provides a lifetime pension and you are vested. If you work for a company that offers a 401k, your retirement dream is on you. Your company is not going to reward you for decades of dedication. In fact, some companies may even look for ways to eliminate people who have decades with the company to cut costs. That's the reality that we live in. It's sad because there really are some people who are truly dedicated to their employers. Their jobs become their whole identity. Some employees know more about the company and have worked harder at the company than the owners. While the owners are out at fancy lunches and dinners, rubbing elbows with other business owners, the employees are staring at computer screens, taking phone calls from irate customers, dealing with stressful situations, and staying late to make sure the best interests of the company are upheld. In the past, some employers would give away gold watches to people who retired after decades of service. I worked for a guy decades ago who would give every employee with 10 years of service a stainless steel Rolex Datejust watch. This kind of thing rarely happens anymore. You are on your own when it comes to retirement in most cases, and it needs to be taken seriously. You don't want to reach an age where you are too old to work, but you don't have enough money to retire. Trying to survive just on Social Security is becoming more and more difficult in America. Social Security was never designed to replace 100% of someone's pre-retirement income. Unfortunately, this is what is happening because some people didn't plan. It's truly tragic, in my opinion. Getting back to the article, the author referenced a recent report from Bernie Sanders that revealed about half of all American households are poised to see a drop in their living standards after retirement. The author went on to reference the Census Bureau's current population survey, which revealed over half of Americans older than 65 live on incomes of $30,000 or less annually, with nearly a quarter surviving on between $10,000 and $19,999. Well, my friends, this does not surprise me. Some people are only surviving on Social Security, and some are receiving a small benefit because they were low earners during their working years. Some listened to YouTubers who suggested taking Social Security early. If you have no retirement savings, no pension, and no rental income, and you are trying to survive on $10,000 to $19,999 per year, you are going to struggle in the new economic reality in America. Everything in life is expensive. If you are a renter, I don't know how you could do it. Even if you are living in a small town with one stoplight, I still think it would be difficult to live on $10,000 to $19,999 per year. If you have a shack that is paid off with a wood stove and low property taxes and low insurance and a big garden out back, maybe you could pull it off. I certainly would not want to attempt it because you never know what kind of expensive emergency you might encounter during your retirement years. The author of this article went on to reference the the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances that revealed only 42% of Americans aged 75 and older have retirement accounts, and only 51% of those between 65 to 74 have retirement accounts. Well, my friends, it is scary to think about the high percentage of older people who are going to rely on Social Security with no retirement savings. On the flip side of the coin, there may be some people who never wanted their money in the Wall Street casino. They may not have retirement accounts because they invested in income-producing rental properties instead. We always need to take things like this into consideration when reviewing data such as this. I'm curious if any of you know people who are barely surviving on Social Security with no retirement savings or other sources of income. If so, tell me about it in the comment section below. I read some of the comments beneath this article and I found some of them to be interesting. One commenter said, "I retired before the pandemic and thought I could live nicely on my Social Security. I live in Florida and my homeowners and car insurance have more than tripled, along with the cost of food and everything else. A lot changed in those 4 years. Very hard to survive and keep my savings for emergencies, such as a new roof, air conditioner, etc." Another commenter said, "Many people want it now instead of focusing on delayed gratification in the form of a comfortable retirement. The blame is on themselves. They made their bed and they have to sleep in it." Perhaps a course in finance or retirement ought to be taught in high school, but I suspect many teachers are not qualified to teach such a course. Another commenter said, "That's because years ago people thought they would be fine on 30 grand a year, so they didn't save as much money as they should have. I know I have plenty of friends in that boat. They had a great time and whooped it up during the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. Now they are paying for it." The last comment came from someone who said, "The tax codes could be fixed by Congress, but they won't do it. They have no real interest in helping the average American. Their interest is directed to the money people that keep them in their highly overpaid job." Well, my friends, there were a lot of differing opinions. What do you think about the state of affairs in America relating to retirement? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. A few moments ago, I referenced a comment from a retired person who talked about how everything after the pandemic has gotten expensive. This next story would probably resonate with this individual. I read a story on yahoo.com put out by the New York Post, written by Joshua Lynch, titled, "Out of Control. Five Guys Prices Ignites Social Media Furor After $24 Receipt for Just Burger, Fries, Small Drink Goes Viral." The author of this article referenced a user on X who uploaded a receipt from Five Guys documenting the cost of his meal, which included a bacon cheeseburger for $12.49, a regular soda for $2.89, and a little fry for $5.19. With tax and a $2.19 tip, the total came to $24.10. Here are my thoughts. First off, you don't have to go out to eat if it's too expensive. You can always shop for healthy food at the grocery store and eat at home. Understand, I'm not discouraging people from eating at Five Guys or any restaurant for that matter. If you can afford it and enjoy getting out of the house, then go for it. I'm just saying there are cheaper alternatives that some people may want to consider if they are on a tight budget. Second, this person didn't need to order a regular soda. You can get a cup of water for free and save the $2.89 and not ingest any of the sugar. Lastly, why did this person tip $2.19 when you give your order at the counter and pick up your food at the counter at Five Guys? This is not a full-service restaurant where waitstaff are coming to your table and filling up your drinks and clearing your table. There are tip lines everywhere nowadays. I just don't understand the practice of tipping at a counter for food. I really wonder if this will be coming to fast food restaurants everywhere like McDonald's. Maybe it has, and I just don't know. If you've seen this at fast food places like McDonald's, let me know. What's next? A tip option at vending machines? Put your credit card in to get a small bag of chips and be asked to provide a tip? How about a tip option at the grocery store checkout station for the person who checks you out? Wait, that won't happen because grocery stores are getting rid of those jobs and transitioning to self-checkout systems to cut costs. I read some of the comments beneath this article. One commenter said, "Here's the thing. There was a big fight to pay restaurant workers a living wage. So what do you expect when a company has to pay someone $20 an hour to work? This, plus the price of everything, is out of control. So who's going to pay?" Another person said, "I bought one donut yesterday and the tip option came up. It seems to come up more and more often. Sorry, but unless I sit and dine, no tip. $6 donut, by the way." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Don't go. I mean, haven't you noticed every restaurant raised their prices because COVID hurt the supply chain, supposedly? Do you think those price increases will ever go down? The answer is no. They will push the envelope until people stop going." What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.